Anyway, this is the Sedum oreganum, the native, and you can see sometimes it can get it's really pretty. And we have had a few problems on this roof, and we don't know what's wrong with the oreganum on this roof, but there have been a number of locations where it appears it may have some kind of pest or something. We can't actually see it, but but the plant itself does not look anything like this. It's kind of half the foliage that you see in the left photo here. It seems to have diminished for some reason. Sedum ruprestre, and there are a number of these. It's a good plant. It's relatively evergreen, and it has more of a gray sort of color to it, and it grows more upright, and it's a good plant, another good plant. And it changes colors, as you can see, and it has predominantly a yellow flower. And then sexangulare is another one that's kind of a workhorse in Europe and in parts of the United States. So this is a good addition. A lot of the companies a couple of the companies that I know of that actually have vegetation mats use sexangulare, album, what was that one before this? Ruprestre and acri, and some of those in their mix. Some of them have up to 10 different species in the vegetated mat that they provide or sell. And this is our native. Again, it's more of a gray, and there are numerous cultivars of this, and they're on the list. I'll show you in a second. And this one, interestingly enough, for some reason in Sheffield, England, they have been very interested in this plant. So they have had some students that have actually studied this plant in Sheffield, England, to see if it's a good Ecoroof plant in their environment. I don't know how they did that, but there's a student at Sheffield that did a whole paper on spathulifolium.
And that one's what, Cape Blanco?
I don't remember what she used. I don't know if she held
that plant, that photo specifically.
I think that's Cape Blanco. I'm not sure. There's so many. Well, there's 3 or 4 varieties, and I can't tell the difference.
6 on the list.
Yeah. Sedum spurium, this is the one that there must be like 20 different varieties of this, and so it seems to be another workhorse. Often this spurium is in those vegetation mats from the companies that have been producing these over in Europe, and now some of the companies are in the United States. And so it's a good plant. It is also, as you can see, it's somewhat deciduous. The photo on the right is actually in the spring. It dropped a lot of leaves and things, but it's not 100% deciduous.
Flower stalks, sorry. Those are flower stalks on the right there, Tom. Some of the white vertical lines.
Some of them, yeah, but some of them are actually stems. Yeah. Right, these are stems here, but these are flower. This is probably the flower stalks from last season. Okay, and then telephium. This one, I really like this plant. Now this is definitely deciduous. You can see that this is in the spring when the leaves are starting to grow, but in the winter, all of the leaves drop off of this plant, and it's these stems with the flower heads, and the flowers are kind of a pink color here on the left. This plant here at this location is the Buckman building, and this was planted, and I'll show you some more slides. It was planted in 2004. The Buckman building was planted in 2000, but I actually took a cutting from my garage roof and I put it up on this roof, and you'll see, and this is what it's done. Now this is so big that if you look at aerial photographs on our GIS system of Portland, you can see this from you can see the plant from the aerial photograph. It's about 30 inches, and maybe each year it's going to grow more than that. This roof does not get any irrigation.
How deep is it grow?
In that location, it soils 4 inches, 4 to 5 inches in that location.